Hey students, Mr. Ling here. Just wanted to show you a couple things in ALEKS that are pretty helpful, especially for some of you who are getting up further in your topics and finding that it's getting harder and harder. Because sometimes you'll find that each knowledge check, you'll actually lose a few topics and you might get set backwards just a little bit, especially if you lose more topics than you master on a knowledge check. So one thing you can do to get better prepared for the next knowledge check is go up here, and when you're in ALEKS, go up here to the reports button, which is little 3 lines up here, little hamburger button, I guess people call it, and go down here to reports. And reports is a great tool for a lot of different things, so you should know where to find this. But click on reports, and if you look over down here under this little section here, needs more practice, you will see topics that pop up there that you lost on the last knowledge check. And so you can actually go in there and you can look at all those topics and re-practice any of those. So that's kind of a cool feature. Another thing I wanted to show you in here is if you go into, well, you also have attempted not learned. So if you want to go back and hit topics that you tried but you didn't learn, this is where you would find them. And also, you can also look at your most recent activity or this week's activity. Either one of those will basically get you to a screen here where you can see all of what you did in any one week. So this is this current week this week. If I go back to last week, this is my student account, so obviously I'm not working in it. But you can go back and see any weeks that you need to find out how many hours or how many minutes you worked and how many topics you did. Last thing in here, that's enough for reports. Another thing I wanted to show you was review. So you can go and hit the review button in here in the menu, and this will allow you to review any topic at all. All topics that you've done should be in here. You should have access to basically everything, I believe. It might only be topics that you've worked on before, but I think this actually has all the topics in the course. So you can see down below if you've mastered it, if you've learned it, or what the deal is. Actually, let's see. I think this is going to be all the topics that you have learned or mastered. Yes, because that's what it looks like here as far as mine goes. But it's a great way to go back and review stuff. Again, when you are getting ready to take a knowledge check, you can go back and look at, maybe things that you're like, ooh, I learned it, but I don't remember it that well. You can kind of double check some things in here. So a couple of good tools at your disposal. And again, you have me, your teacher. So if you get stuck in any topics, make sure you reach out to me after you've looked at your videos and examples. Last but not least, while we're here, I just wanted to mention too, to make sure that you know your goal and you know what number you need to get inside this circle here to get the grade you want, because we've only got about 4 weeks left. And so your grade is based on how close you are to your goal, right? So make sure you know what your goal is and have a plan to get there.